And we're interested in the process, their emotional processing that starts to define their world and their reality in themselves, not the problem. So if somebody says to me, I'm depressed, well, that's a big abstract label. It really means nothing. And I say, could you help me? What does that look like? What happens to you when you're depressed? And I go into that experience with them and I track it. And I track how it has become a self-reinforcing feedback loop. So I track the within process and I track their between process. What do they do with other people? Oh, well, when I become depressed, my Natalie, who's, we have training tapes of EFIT that you can get. I'll send them to Andrew. And Natalie on the training tape says, oh, well, when I get depressed, I just shut down and go in my room and I don't talk to anybody, even though I have a loving husband, because it's not okay to be weak. I don't want anyone to see my weakness. And then at one point we talk about, is it okay for me right now to see your weakness? And she says, I don't know why, but it's all right. I say, jolly good. Right. And I want you to stay there for a minute because I think it's a real block in psychotherapy. The person that I've talked about in the primer is a lady called Henny, one of the most severely traumatized women I've ever seen. The PTSD scores were over the top. And in the third session, she said to me, well, I think I've decided I'm going to trust you. And I said, oh, okay, could you help me? How have I helped you do that? She said, well, you're not afraid of my pain, are you? I said, oh, no, am I? No, I don't know what, I don't think I am afraid of your pain. She said, why aren't you afraid of my pain? All the other therapists were. I said, oh, because I think I have a map. I have a map to your pain, and I have a map through your pain. And I believe that the map through the pain is the 30 years of research we've done looking at couples, working with two people, trying to get them to change in synchrony, which is quite difficult. And the 30 years of research we've done helping people move into difficult emotions, through them and out of them, and attachment science. That's the map I have. And I wouldn't know how to work if I didn't have that. John Bowlby and Carl Rogers never met each other, which is, I think, very sad, because they would have loved each other. They were both non-pathologizing. They were both able to, they both talked about feedback loops and listening to the client and staying in the present with the client and going into the client's experience with that client, right? They both believe that people's symptoms had an amazing logic behind them. And what we're supposed to do is not tell them their pathology, but to help them see the logic in the coping strategies that have got them through the night at a certain point in their life and have now become a prison.